Government handouts.
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 Government handouts.
These handouts are a failure in every way imaginable.
We have a huge problem with handouts in America. But I'm not talking about struggling families trying to keep the light on or food on the table. I'm talking about the so-called self-made elite, ones who boast about their hard work while quietly raking in billions from government handouts via tax loopholes and cuts, government contracts, corporate incentives, deregulation, lobbying, privatizing public services. The system is not broken, it's rigged. The government doesn't reward hard work, it rewards ownership. And while everyday people work to keep society running, those at the top collect checks from your labor. In the 1950s, after World War II, the era that MAGA seems to be so nostalgic for, corporate tax rates were the highest in history, often exceeding 50%. Back then, businesses were expected to pay their fair share. Then came Reagan's trickle-down economics, corporate tax cuts that were supposed to lift all boats, but instead concentrated wealth at the top while wages stagnated. By 2017, Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act had slashed corporate tax rates to 21%, a record low, accelerating a decades-long trend of wealth hoarding. So while the wealthiest have amassed obscene fortunes, ordinary people struggle with soaring housing costs, grocery bills, and stagnant wages. Tell me, where's the trickle-down? Where's the jobs? Where's the prosperity for the people doing the actual work? These corporations aren't creating jobs in the way that they claim. In fact, they pay as low as they possibly can and force their employees to rely on food stamps, Medicaid, and housing assistance just to get by, creating the same government dependency they love to pay politicians to demonize. Every dollar funneled to the wealthy is a dollar taken from what truly matters. It's money that could be strengthening our schools, repairing roads, making housing and childcare more affordable. It could be funding paid maternity leave, improving public transportation, investing in clean energy. It could expand access to mental health services and raise wages for essential workers. Instead, that money lines the pocket of the 0.1%, while 37 million Americans continue to live in poverty. It is far past time for a system overhaul. The tax code should be working for the people, reinvesting into our communities instead of handing out massive breaks to the ultra-rich and funding the military-industrial complex. Your enemy isn't the sweet old lady down the street relying on food stamps, or the undocumented immigrant paying into social services they will never see the benefit from, or a transgender woman who just wants to be herself. Let's stop fighting each other and focus on the real issue.